Spirit Radio Dan style. We're gonna go for this again. I think this is show number 5. I say think like I don't actually know that. I've done 4 already. All right, so this will be the 5th one. Don't need to think a whole lot, no, because it's pretty easy to do. Anywho, calling this one, I think, for lack of a better term right now, universe ways to show you. I don't know, ways the universe can show you. I'm sure I'll dial in that before this is all said and done. But ultimately, it's allow the universe to show you. Today is kind of going to be a mixture of a few of the shows. Well, a few. There's not that many. It's going to be a mixture of the shows I've done so far. I love it. This is fantastic. A few of the shows I've done, or all of them put together. It kind of gets into the beach ball thing, even though we're not doing the beach ball today. It gets into the manifesting. It gets into paying attention, to focus. The first 4 shows, you kind of combine them, and then now we're at lesson 5, which is the compilation of all of these wonderful, thoughts of Dan at best, right? I don't know. I'm getting some cool feedback, but this is from like really good friends and family. So for people that don't know me, I have no idea how this is going to play out. But hopefully you guys find me at some point down the road and listen and go, hey, wow, he's all right. And they're not very long. 15 minutes is not that long. So anyway, what we're talking about today is first off, as I kind of wanted to get into why I call it universe. Universe, I always refer to the universe as speaking. Now, for people that are part of the whole spiritual circle, they get it. The universe, it's like everyone calls it the universe. Everyone refers to the universe. But it's kind of an easier way to explain something that's really hard to explain, frankly, or to define something that is likely very hard to define, undefinable. I couldn't tell you which is which, right? Is it God? I don't know. It might be, probably, right? Or is it my higher self? Is there actually some like a bunch of like fairies and sprites that like run around and make things happen in the background? Kind of like Stephen King's The Langoliers. I'm not sure if any of you've seen that, but little like monsters like gobble up like all of the physical world, like just seconds after the now. So like, this is kind of a cool concept. So, like, we're experiencing right now, right? And then, like, 5 seconds from now, that now is destroyed by these little, like, Pac-Man-looking gobbly thingies that eat up everything. Kind of a cool concept. I mean, the movie, I don't know, was all right. Kind of sucked. These people get, like, stuck out of phase or something and are trying to keep from getting eaten by the gobbly things. But the concept of something destroying the universe every, moments right after we've experienced it, and the now is really the only place that we exist. That concept is very, very awesome, and I think actually speaks to the truth in better ways than maybe even Stephen King intended. Not sure if that was his intention or not, but certainly very, very cool. But beside that, what is it? God? Is it our higher self? Is it us speaking to what's out there, the beings that exist? I kind of say the universe because it's a really easy catch-all, and I don't know. The way I kind of see it at this point is I do kind of think it's like Earth, like Mother Earth, like our space-time continuum. I don't know. It's like I'm talking to an intelligence that I call life. And I'm basically informing life. Here is what I would like to experience. So, we've talked about manifesting. We've talked about staying positive. We've talked about putting it out there, paying attention, focus. So all these things have been brought up. So today I'm going to hopefully try to tie them all together in some sort of reasonable, rational kind of fashion. Universe is kind of who I refer to, finger quotes, as I like to do so much, as kind of that being that we're talking to, that the intelligence behind nature. Maybe nature's even a good way to look at universe. So it's not like I've got like little notes here, and I'm like they're not making sense to me, right? Because that's how that kind of works. So we're gonna work on trying to create a nifty little experience, and I think this is super cool. This is like the beach ball thing, except a little easier, or in a slightly different direction. And so I wish for you guys out there to think of something that you would like an answer to. Think of something that you'd like to see attention brought to, or that you would like to understand better, or maybe have it show up in your life. I'd prefer you to stay away from things that have to do with people per se, like so and so liking me or so and so calling me, because it's cool if it's someone that's maybe a friend or a family member or something along those lines. But if it's someone that you shouldn't be talking to, or maybe have broken up with, or whatever the case is, let's not do that just yet. I'd like to see you get a little more understanding of universe, of our higher selves, of our paths, before you try to go down that road. Because not that it's dangerous, it just might not happen, and it could truly prove to be frustrating. We always get what we ask for, or we always get an answer, as we used to hear when I was younger. You always get an answer. It's just sometimes the answer's not yes, right? So sometimes you've got to be very careful that you phrase things appropriately for your higher self, for other people's higher selves, for the big picture, to make sure that you're on track. Because we don't sometimes know what's not good for us, right? Good example. There's a lot of people out there that have won many, many, many hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars in lotteries. And a lot of people out there that have become rich overnight. And these people do not understand what it's like to have large sums of money. They just don't. They don't realize that suddenly everybody and their mother wants to be their best friend. They don't understand that everyone and their mother's got a new business proposal, some way to make more money, right? Or hey, just give me this. You've got millions. What's 300,000 for a house? Well, that's a third of a million. That's actually quite a bit. But a lot of these people actually blow through large amounts of their money very quickly and have nothing really to show for it. And it's just a lack of responsibility of actually getting to that point. So again, sometimes we're not prepared for what we have, or what we've asked for. So you just, again, the point is to try to keep it something real. For me, it's like something like cool, like an answer to a question. I think that's usually a really good way, like something that you're thinking about. You wish you understood better. I wish I had better examples. I'm just not, I'm drawing blanks here. But something that you really could. Well, I've got examples, but they're so personal. It's like not even funny. But a lot of times, for me, I might have questions about maybe individuals. Questions about a job, questions about, what I should do next. What's my next step? So if any of those things kind of apply, then let's put that thought out there. Let's make that and go, universe, I would like to understand X better. Please and thank you. Thank you is a really good way to look at it too, is if you're thankful in advance, oftentimes it gets us much further, because you're basically telling the universe, hey, this is what I'm more or less expecting from you. Thank you, because I know you're going to provide it. And rock on. I'm going to see it when I see it. So thank the universe for the answer, for the clarification, for the understanding. And think of it, hold the thought. Seriously, put the time out there to do it. Spend a minute or two or three, right? Maybe 5 if it's something that's weighing on your heart and mind. And you'd really like an answer to it. This is such an awesome way to get answers. And the reason I'm doing this primarily is so you can prove to yourself that there's some truth to this crazy crap I'm talking about. So you put it out there, you thank the universe, and then you wait for that answer to come. That answer is going to come. Honestly, for me, it tends to be usually within a day. I'm usually very, very surprised if I have not gotten the answer within a number of hours. Usually by the next day. The next day tends to work really well. I don't know if it's just timing. I don't know if it's just where your level of energy is, your level of belief, or if it's just because it's easier for me to believe that tomorrow the universe can just play it all out and figure it out and work out all the little details. Again, life is a theater and we're all actors, or a stage and we're all actors. Whatever the hell that quote is. I always jack that quote up. But that's really what you do. You just put it out there, and then you go and experience your life and pay attention to all the crazy little things that happen. Now, your answer may come in a song. It may come in a magazine article. It may come on a TV commercial. It may come from some person that says something. You're in a grocery store. The checker says, yeah, my brother's name is Todd. And you were just thinking about Todd. Todd's the question you've had, right? I've been wondering about Todd. And all of a sudden that checker brings up Todd. There's just random, strange, finger quote, coincidences that are going to happen around your thought. So spend the time with the thought, and this is just one of the coolest things. You'll get goosebumps when it happens too. I promise you. Especially if you're new to this, you will friggin' get goosebumps when it happens, and you'll be like, "Oh my god, this is crazy." And that's really what I'm asking for you to do, because that's that crazy moment that's really going to prove to you that there is more to life than most people realize. There is more to paying attention to what's going on around you than people realize. That everything that you're experiencing is truly in your life for a reason. It's what you notice is for you. I mean, I don't know how else to say this, and I don't expect anyone just to go, oh, he's totally right. And first off, never believe anyone just offhanded. Like, I'm asking you to go out and prove it to yourself. Don't just believe me. I don't ever want to be like that. I'm going to throw out ideas. I want you to come to your own conclusions. If what I say resonates to you and it rings true in some way, shape, or form, it's because you're getting it on like a soul level. And I'm just saying what you've brought to yourself. Like, if you found these recordings, it's because your higher self has found me saying what you would say to yourself. I'm just saying it for you. This is universal knowledge. This is nothing special that I have. It's nothing special that anyone has. Anyone can do this. Anyone can say this. Anyone can be this. It just takes practice. That's the only difference. Is I've been kind of practicing this for a while. I'm kind of used to paying attention. It's fun for me. It really does. It makes the day like awesome. Like, I see little mini miracles all the time, and it cracks me up. I just think it's very freaking cool. And that's kind of the larger point as we slowly start to run out of time here. It's also meant to help get you to pay attention to what's going on in your world around you. A lot of us are so focused on, what do I got to do? What do I got to do? What's coming up next? I got to get down to the dry cleaner. I got to go to the store. I got to get groceries. I got to pick up my child from daycare. I got to make more money. I got to do this. I got to do that. Instead of really paying attention to what's going on around you and seeing where the universe maybe is showing you how you can make more money, or where the universe is maybe showing you that, hey, you're always in divine timing. You're always right where you need to be. Isn't it funny how you just had 4 green lights in a row and you're late right now? But it's cool because you're going to get there on time. Relax. Try to plan things. Try to be on time. Try to stay positive. Try to keep your energy focused in a positive direction. I mean, if you find yourself always saying things like, oh, I'm always late. This light's always red. Again, this goes back to our being positive and saying what you mean and thinking. And, it's all of this ties together. Again, I don't know if I'm doing even close to justice on this small topic, but all of it comes together. What you think, what you say, and what you do is what's going to happen. That's your experience. So allow the universe to show you. Come up with a question. Come up with something. It doesn't have to be the beach ball, even though I expect for those of you that have been paying attention, the beach ball one should come into your life if it hasn't already. Hopefully it has. It should. I don't know. It did for me. It tripped me out the first time I did this. It was just like awesome. So, and then I just really started having fun with it. But keep your attention on what's going on around you. It really, truly does make the world a more fun place. And you'll trip on some of the things you'll see. You'll start paying attention to things that you never noticed before. I mean, for me, there's certain animals that are signs, and I see them from time to time. The fact that I might see 2 hawks flying over me is symbolic to me. Not just 1, but 2. There's times where I swear to God, the hawk seems like it turns and then goes right over my car when I'm driving, right? Like, it's one of those things. And again, what you're paying attention to is for you. If you see it, it's for you. Maybe no one else saw it. Maybe 1,000 other people saw it. Maybe 1,000,000 other people saw it. It doesn't really matter. You're all going to have your own experience of it. So again, my point is put it out there. Try to come up with something that you can get the universe to answer for you, and then let it happen and see how it happens. My point is to get you to pay attention to how random things can be from time to time. So again, another opportunity to hopefully see some really cool stuff out there, and that is really the point behind Spirit Radio Dance Style. Kind of how I roll. So hopefully you've subscribed, and if you have, then you're one of the few people, and you're getting emails, and I love it. And, hopefully I can keep putting some of these shows out there and keeping people excited and happy about it all. Hope everyone has a good one, and keep paying attention. It's what it's all about.